to a store in the middle of the day and seeing kids there with their parents. Most people will see this and think, why aren't those kids in school? Well, unless it's a scheduled day off, those kids are probably homeschooled. When my parents were kids, most people didn't even know what homeschooling was, but today it has grown into one of the most major means of education. My parents homeschooled me for 14 years, so I have just a little bit of experience with it. Today I'm going to share with you the history of homeschooling and then show some of the benefits. When the U.S. first started, there were no public schools, so if parents wanted their children to have an education, they had to either teach them themselves or hire a tutor. The first compulsory school attendance law was passed in 1852, and at that point, homeschooling pretty much died out because everyone sent their children to public school. Homeschooling started to come back in the mid-1960s, and then in the 1980s, the tax laws changed for Christian schools, and hundreds of schools had to close. And the parents of all those kids did not want to send their kids to public school, so they started homeschooling instead. Today, there are approximately 33,000 homeschoolers in Indiana. Let's move on to some of the benefits. With homeschooling, you can get credit for things that you do not in a regular school. This was my gym class from 2nd grade on, and if I'd been in public school, it would have just been extracurricular. I wouldn't have actually gotten credit for it. I was also in this group of girls, and our moms were like, we would get together and the moms would teach us like cooking and sewing and stuff like that, and that's how I got my credits. Another benefit is that you can have school while you're on vacation. It might just be one day when you're doing something like going to a museum or something like that, or on some trips, I even got credit for every day that we were on vacation. Homeschooling allows you to take subjects at your own pace. If you're struggling with something, you can just slow down to learn it better. Last year, I took geometry, and it took me the whole year to go through the book. And then this year, my sister is doing that same book, and she's on track to finish it within the next month, just because I really struggle with math, and she doesn't, so she can get through it faster than I can. It also gives you the freedom to speed up in classes if you are doing well in that. When I first started school, I did really well at spelling, so my parents decided to put me into the books a grade level ahead of where I was at, and I like that because then I got to put spelling a year earlier than all of my friends. Another benefit is that you can choose your own curriculum. There are a lot of different curriculums to choose from, and you can even use different curriculums for different classes. My senior year, I used 6 different curriculums, and that doesn't even count all the ones that I used when I was younger. There are also outside classes for homeschoolers. Right now, my brother's taking a biology class, and the main reason that he's doing that class is because they're doing all of the lab work that we can't do at home. Being homeschooled can also help you avoid certain things. One of the big reasons that my parents didn't send us to public school was they didn't want us exposed to all the drugs and drinking and everything that's in public schools. But there are also some benefits that are good for me. Like, I never took my step, and I always got out of school earlier than my friends. Because I didn't have snow days, I didn't have days off for parent-teacher conferences. I never even had my own routine day off until this year. So today I showed you some of the history of homeschooling and the benefits that come with it. So now if you see a child in a store during the day, you can understand why they're there and know that even if they're not in a school classroom, they're still